Hey folks, Jeff Salzman here. If you listen to my episodes on Ukraine, you may recall me describing a powerful meditation that my colleague Nomali Perera led for the people of Ukraine. I asked her to record it for my listeners, which she has done, and I'm happy to share it with you now. It's a Buddhist Tonglen meditation, a practice of exchanging self for other and metabolizing fear and aggression into wisdom and compassion. I trust you'll appreciate the opportunity to be of real help in the spiritual dimension, which is what I think this meditation offers. So thank you, Nomali, and take it away.
Let us begin a meditation to receive the pain and the suffering of others, and sending out to them your deepest desire and prayer for their safety, dignity, strength, and well-being. In this case, let us do this practice, which is called Tonglen, for the people of Ukraine. And of course, you're welcome to include in it anyone else that you want to include in this meditation. Tonglen meditation typically comes from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, although other Buddhist traditions also have similar meditations. And there are many different ways of doing this. So what we do today will be one of the ways in which we can do it today for Ukraine and others who are struggling around the world. So I invite you to find your seat. You're welcome to sit in any way that feels most conducive to being rested and yet alert. Traditionally, this meditation is done with your eyes open in the spirit of taking in the world around you. However, I invite you to do this in any way that feels right for you in this moment. Eyes open, eyes closed. You can also feel free to sit upright or lean back into your seat. You may also do this meditation as you are walking gently. So let's begin simply by first connecting with our breath and our body and just your environment around you as it is right now. If it helps, offer your body some gentle movement, a stretch. Maybe take a nice deep breath or two. Letting it go. With each exhale, just resting into the moment, deeper and deeper. So in Tonglen meditation, Tong means giving or sending, and Len means receiving or taking. Typically, what that means is that with your in-breath, you will take in, you will receive, you will ask for the suffering of others into your being, into your body, into your heart, into your mind, into your spirit. And you take it in the form of heavy smoke, thick smoke. And you really feel that entering your body. With your out breath, you send out, you share, you give your prayer and your wish for safety, well-being, clarity, compassion, kindness, any and all things that are positive and you believe is needed in this moment. And you do that out breath in the form of clear, luminous light, bright light, and clean, fresh, calming air. In this way, Tonglen meditation is also an exchange of self with the other. So when you hear the gong, simply touch in with that stillness and the openness of the mind, resting your heart in a sense of oneness and stillness, which is always already within you. Start here in this restful yet alert space of bodhicitta. So in this moment, let us begin. And I invite you to bring to your mind and into your being, through your next in-breath, the land of Ukraine. Its forests, its air, its water, its rivers, its mountains, the animals, the natural beauty of Ukraine. And along with it, to also bring in its culture, its cultural artifacts, its infrastructure, its history through the years to now, the cathedrals, the roads, the railways, the homes of the people, the hospitals, the schools, the libraries. And bring in, with your next in-breath, the destruction that some of it is encountering in this moment. The toxic fumes of war and bombardment that it is experiencing in this moment. Bring to your mind, into your vision, that destruction, that devastation. Breathe it in. With your next out breath, send to the land of Ukraine safety, protection, peace. With your next in-breath, bring into your being, into your body, the people of Ukraine. Perhaps the images that you have seen in the news, or for some of you, perhaps you experienced this. Bring into your being, into your body, into your heart and mind, the elderly, the sick, the children, the mothers, the fathers, our fellow sisters and brothers of Ukraine, the frontline workers, the doctors, the nurses, the military, and the many civilians who have taken up arms to protect their land and their people. And bring to your mind all Ukrainians, rich and poor. Really feel into their experience and breathe it in. With each of your in-breaths, take in their suffering, their pain, their fear, their struggle, their desperation, their panic, their rage, their despair, their indignity, hunger, thirst. The sense of becoming a refugee, losing one's home and work. Breathe into you the sounds of the explosions, the children's cries of pain and confusion. Breathe it in. With your next in-breath, I'd like for you to contemplate on this poem written by my friend and poet Beth Galovic. And really feel these words and really breathe in these words. Over there, is it the same blue sky under which another mother's child has been killed? With your next out breath, send to the Ukrainian people caught in between this war comfort, safety, compassion, peace, courage, and strength to do what they need to do, unity. Send out to them with each of your out breaths anything you wish for them to experience that is healthy and necessary for them in this moment. Send it out to them in the form of clarity, clear light, luminosity, bright light, calming, clean, fresh air. With your next in-breath, bring into your mind the decision makers, the global leaders, the diplomats, those who are making the decisions. Breathe in their own struggle in this moment, their own confusion, what it must feel like for the leaders of the neighboring countries, the NATO, the US, all of the world's leaders that must take good ethical decisions in this moment. Take in, breathe in their own struggle, their own confusion. Perhaps in some cases, even their ignorance and their lack of action. Breathe out to them with all of your next out breaths. Clarity, steadfastness, conviction, the highest ethical and moral decisions. Consciousness and awareness, strength and courage, leadership. Then the following in-breaths, I invite you to bring into your mind the Russian people who are also suffering, who are also victims of poor leadership and bad leadership, especially the Russians who do not want any part of this, who feel helpless in this moment, who are yearning to join and help their brothers and sisters in Ukraine. Breathe in their suffering, their struggle, their frustration, their agitation, their helplessness. Breathe out to them courage, determination, strength in their bodies and their voices. With your next in-breath, I invite you, to the degree that you can, to bring to your mind Putin and his advisors. If you can, breathe in their own insecurity, their own perhaps misguided understandings, or whatever may be their own struggles that lead them to act in the way that they are acting. If you can, imagine the childhood of Putin and ask what might he have endured or experienced that made him shut his heart, that made him who he is today. What could have happened as a child? Perhaps you're able to bring that sense of trauma or difficulty into your mind, into your heart, to breathe in whatever suffering or delusion, misguidedness that Putin and his advisors are saddled with. Breathe it in. And with your next out breath, in any capacity that you can, send out to them your prayer that their hearts change, that they awaken to a deeper truth of humanity. May their hearts soften. And with your next in-breath, bring to your mind the suffering and the struggle through the years that all over the world people have endured and continue to endure and suffer. Whether it is Syria or Yemen or Afghanistan, Myanmar or Palestine or Israel or any other multiple places where people are struggling because of invasions, war, famine, whatever it may be, breathe into you with each of your next in-breaths their fear, their pain, their struggle. And with your next out breaths, breathe out to them safety, protection, love, kindness, whatever that you wish for them to have in their lives. Joy, perhaps the celebration of this question. Over there, is it the same blue sky under which another mother's child has been saved? Keep breathing out what you wish for the world. And finally, with your next in-breath and the following in-breaths, place your attention on yourself, breathing in your own struggles, your own confusions and doubts, your own fears. And breathe out what you need for yourself, for your own safety, for your own sense of being loved and safe in this world, for your own voice and courage to speak up for yourself as well as others. As we come to a close, take the next few minutes to once again come into the deep stillness within you, a calm sense of openness, connecting again with the natural rhythm of your body and your breath. If you wish to, bring your right palm over your chest, your left palm over your belly, or your palms in the Namaskar mudra, and simply say to yourself, may all beings be well, may all beings be healthy, may all beings be free of anger and hatred, may all beings be protected, and may all beings be enlightened.